What is going on, guys? It's your boy Jay Cuts the Great, and this video is powered by Fade Grips. Fade Grips is a well-known producer of grips for Xbox One, Nintendo Switch, and the PlayStation 4. And also, if you use our dealer code, AnimeEscape91, you'll get 20% off your first purchase with Fade Grips. Thank you for your time and have a good day. Stay true, stay savage, people. What is going on, guys? It's your boy Jay Cuts the Great, and it has been a long time since your broadcast has been up to par. So it's been a couple of, I want to say, weeks, but this whole pandemic and everything couldn't get everybody together. But we're going to do the last two episodes of the season, even though it's been done a long time ago. But yeah. So, Japanese Hero Billboard Counts or something like that. Is that the name of it? Chart, Billboard Chart, sorry. That is, it really doesn't do much for me for that episode. Pretty much what it does, it's, it reveals that the Wild Wild Pussycats, still funniest name ever, are back in business, even though one of them lost her powers. They went to talk to All For One, and he was like, "I can give you your powers back. That means I'd have to use my powers." And he was like, "So what is your choice?" They're like, "Nah, pimp, you gonna sit your ass there." So she was like, she's just doing office work, pretty much organizing everything. Then this is where Class 1A figures out about the Hero Billboard Chart, and they figure out everything like that from 10 to number 1. Some of these names are not up to me, because you guys already know I'm bad with names, pretty much. That's me adjusting the camera. But Raikyu, I don't know, the dragon lady. Yorio, I don't know, he's a equipment hero. Wash, which I found funny because he's just like a washing machine. Kami Woods, which is hilarious. But when he's like one of the heroes we saw when this whole thing first started. So that means that my man, he had just came out in like the first episode. So my man was grinding to hit what, number 7? Yeah, he was grinding. He was like, "Yo, I'm getting this ranking. I don't care what anyone says." Then number 6 is Crust. 5, Best Bay. Oh my gosh. Finally have a black woman in it, and she's a rabbit, and she's like 6 foot, and she has nothing but attitude and hips. It's beautiful. Mariko, I think I said it right. 4 is Edshot. 3, even though he's like still out because everything that happened to him, is Best Genus. 2 is Hawks, and obviously number 1 is Endeavor. So they're going on the list asking everybody, how they feel about their rankings and stuff like that. And it gets to, who was it before Best Genus? It was, I just said the name, Edshot. And Edshot's like, I'm not really worried about, the percentage and stuff like that or my ranking. I just try to help people. And Hawks just takes over. And he snatches the mic. It is funny because this is how it was kind of petty because he took the mic, and Hawks, he has wings, and he took the mic, and instead of standing on the stage, he flew up so no one could stop him. And he said his piece. He said something about Endeavor and everything like that, and came back down, had the mic to Endeavor, and Endeavor was like, "Just watch me," and like then it cuts to them backstage, and Endeavor is like engulfed in flames. Like, "You trying to test me, boy?" Just like it's like literally like that, and it's funny. So pretty much Hawks asks, after that whole little settlement or whatever, Hawks asks Endeavor to team up with him in his hometown. Endeavor agrees. And like the whole time, like they're walking through the town, Hawks is literally helping the entire town while still walking and talking to Endeavor. It is hilarious. It was like the most funniest thing ever, because like it was one nudist guy. He was like, I forgot his power was shame. The more embarrassed he gets, the more powerful he gets. And he was like, and he was about to be like nude, and then like all you see is feathers just like stabbing his back, and he goes down. And Hawks is just talking to Endeavor walking, and then a little old lady needs help across the street. Feathers lift her up and take her across the street. Someone needs help getting the bag up the steps. Feathers pick up the bag and lift him up the steps. Cat, like, dog about to get ran over. Feathers pick up the dog, take it back to the street. I'm like, this guy is like the most efficient hero ever. Like, but they start talking about rankings and stuff, and they go to eat and everything like that. And I guess Endeavor truly doesn't, get Hawks and everything like that. But it was one funny part where it was like everyone was asking the Hawks for autographs, and then like one super fanboy of Endeavor, he was like, "Oh my gosh, it's Endeavor." They were like, "You should go ask for an autograph." He was like, "No, Endeavor doesn't do autographs," and Endeavor's like, "Don't be afraid to ask for an autograph." He was like, "Oh my god," and he just hauled ass. And Endeavor's like, "What did I do wrong?" Like, it's crazy. But during that, like they were back to when they were in the restaurant talking and stuff. Hawks was still saying some slick stuff, got on Endeavor's skin. Endeavor was like, "Yo, where's the check? I'm going home." And as Endeavor stands up, Hawks says something else about how he was actually a fan of his and not really a fan of All Might's. And Endeavor notices something in the window, and Hawks notices it too. And next thing you know, a lady was like, "Hey, do you guys want any more?" He was like, "Get back!" And there's like a big ass Nomu like crashes through the window. But the only thing is, this Nomu talks. He's like, who is the strongest? And I was like, oh crap. And that's pretty much where that, I don't want to say pretty much where that episode ends, but really that's really, to me, where it ended at. Because all the actions in the next episode. Hit start. Boy. Now, I peeped this a while ago. Take it how you want it. I feel like every number one hero has a scar. Now, peep game, right? But like, this is off topic. So Midoriya is telling that pretty much a flashback. Midoriya already has scars on his hands from being broken, like him breaking his bones. He's saying how he became number one hero. Number one hero with scars. All Might, missing half his damn internal organs due to a fight for All For One. Scar. Now, this episode, Endeavor has a scar on his face. Every number one hero has scars. Boom. So, Endeavor is fighting the Nomu, and Hawks is pretty much saving people. Now, Hawks, his quirk is fist feathers. He can control every individual feather, and that is pretty freaking dope. Now that I think about it, because for someone to have like legit wings like an angel, and you can detach and reattach the feathers and make them do whatever, increase in size, strength, stuff like that. That's pretty dope. Like, yes, and that takes some talent too. For each feather you can control independently, that takes some real talent. So he's helping people. Endeavor's fighting the Nomu, and Endeavor's got some nice, some moves, and like, I'm not gonna lie, like, I hate, and then you see it behind me, the my heroes, one's Justice. I don't really like the game. It's but like, if you would have put him in like Jump Force, and he had some of the moves he was doing. Oh, it'd be hell. It'd be hell. I'll be using him just, what was it, I forgot what he said, Prominence Burn, Heat Spider or something like that. And it was like like lasers. And I'm like, yo, okay, I see you. And then he got it to where he can propel himself now, like not propel, but like fly with fire. I'm like, see right there, he's already cool. Like he's already cool in my books, but you know, he's yeah. So he's still fighting the Nomu. Like the Nomu is like just talking. Like it still throws me off to hear a Nomu talk, but as the Nomu's talking, you know, he's fighting, he's burning them and stuff like that. And there's one point where the Nomu charges him, and he burns the Nomu. And it's pretty much think he's dead. But then the Nomu detached its head, and because Nomus can regenerate, it pretty much detaches its head, catches Endeavor off guard, and gives him the scar. So I think after that, the Nomu hits him and then like knocks out Endeavor for a little bit. So, you know, everyone is panicking. They're like, oh my gosh, there's no symbol of peace and da da da. And the kid that asked for the autograph was like, look, man, he's out there fighting for us. He's pretty much what kids do. Kids are honest. They're very, very honest. He's like, look, man, he's fighting out there. He's out there fighting for us. You up here bad talking him and stuff like that. What if he just stopped fighting for us? And like right now, we are dead. He's like, don't say that he's not fighting for us. Don't say there's no symbol of peace and this, and this. And everything like that. And then, you know, Endeavor gets back up and starts fighting and everything like that. So after everyone's evacuated, Hawks jumps in the fight. And Hawks realizes Hawks has the speed to keep up with the Nomu, but not the power to like actually fight it. And Endeavor has the power to fight, but not the speed. So, which I think is like the dopest thing ever that I've seen so far in the anime. I mean, not really, but it's really the way they did it. So Hawks took his feather, like the majority of his feathers, and gave them to Endeavor. And now Endeavor has flame wings, and it looked dope. So now he's like keeping up with the Nomu, attacking him, and he was about to punch the Nomu, like burn him, but the Nomu like instincts like took over, like he turned ravenous or whatever, and like bit down on his arm that he was gonna punch him with. So like they were real, and then the Nomu like took off with him. Like the propulsion system, the Nomu was better because the feathers from Hawks were burning. They were pretty much leaving. So pretty much Endeavor signaled Hawks that he wanted to like try to keep the feathers together as much as possible so he can lead the Nomu up into the sky so he can use his full power. So the whole time that's happening, he actually gets the Nomu to go into the sky. And it's like a touching moment where he realizes like how he was in the past, which a lot of people were like talking about, like, is he gonna like redeem himself from the past and stuff like that. So he was like, this beast is like me from the past or alternate future or something like that. But he was like, you're gonna rest in pieces because I'm not that way anymore. And he like does a like max power prominence burn, if that's how you say it. And then they crash into the earth. And as the fire settles and the smoke settles, Endeavor is standing up with his hands up like, oh man. Everyone's cheering, everyone's there, yeah. And pretty much that's how it ends. So yeah, that's the entire end of the season. That's the 2 episodes we missed. So yeah, heads up, starting the podcast. I'm gonna start dropping off the links on Facebook and Twitter. You should be seeing one today, or within a few hours or something like that. Debate Kings. And we're going to start having guests and stuff up there. It's real easy, it's real simple, but we're going to start debating on stuff like we've been wanting to, but we just haven't been able to get everyone on camera at the same time. So we're just going to do it through podcasts. All right? So stay true, stay savage, people. We are out, and we will catch you guys when I start up my Demon Slayer well, the Demon Slayer before the movie comes out. I'm definitely gonna get that done before the movie comes out. So yeah, stay true, stay savage. And I'm out. Bye.